Hello and welcome back to the Spookins channel, a place for us to speak about all things horror. I am Sam.
I'm Sarah.
We are doing a tier list for you today, looking at each individual segment of VHS Halloween. Our tiers are as they have been before, so we are spookin', almost spookin', barely spookin', can't say it's spookined, and definitely not spookin'.
And obviously it goes without saying, spoilers for VHS Halloween.
Spoilers ahead,
We're going to talk about all of them in a bit of detail. So go watch it before you watch this.
Yes, please do.
Unless you don't care about spoilers, but, I still would recommend you go and watch it first.
First up, directed by Anna Zlokovic, is Kuchi Kuchi Koo.
I thought this was a really strong opener
It's a good
film.
It's a good opener, for sure. A very good opener. We'll find out if it was my favourite segment of all. But yeah, definitely a very strong opener.
It was. Yeah, I think it was spooky. It was really spooky. It took a hot minute to get into it. But once it did, it was really spooky. I think overall, my thing with VHS Halloween is that it's a bit long.
Yeah.
And I think that this is one where they could have condensed it a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really scary and just a really creepy concept. I thought the characters were good.
Yeah, I thought the two leads were very good. And you have Big Baby
Mommy.
actor who somehow plays a big baby
Really
very well.
creepy.
Really weird. That is this whole thing is just really weird. If you like weird horror,
Yeah.
this is probably one for you.
One thing I will say about Kuchi Kuchi Koo,
Mm.
and I've included a screenshot of it here, is that whilst I haven't been able to confirm this, it almost definitely uses AI imagery when they have the crying, screaming pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clearly an AI generated image to me.
Well, there you go.
Which
Don't watch it.
it's a little disappointing. Could have just hired a pregnant woman.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That is disappointing.
Didn't even have to hire a pregnant woman. Just put a cushion under a non-pregnant woman's and have her crying
have
and
her act.
screaming.
Yeah.
What's to say, I've not actually verified that, but if you look at the image, it almost definitely is AI. And if you've watched this channel before, you know that I'm very against using AI in creative practice. I didn't like it in Late Night with the Devil as much as I loved Late Night with the Devil. I didn't like their use of it. I don't like this use of it. I just think it wouldn't have been that hard to make it themselves.
That is it, isn't it? It's one of those where you can achieve this effect exactly the same without doing it very easily.
Yeah, and it really stood out to me when we were watching it.
Mm.
It took me out for a moment because I was like, that is so obviously not real. Having said that,
Mm-hmm.
I found this one the scariest out of the lot.
Okay.
What do you
I think it's up there in being the scariest.
Yeah.
I'm unsure if that makes it the best.
Oh no, I don't know that it's the best. I would put it in spookin', to
See,
be honest.
I would have it in almost spooking. For me.
Okay, we'll go almost spookin' for now,
Mm.
but we'll see. There's only 6 and there's 5 categories.
Yeah,
so-
we'll see if we can get one in each at least, and then see what happens.
We'll see, because that was my favourite. I don't know if it's because it's the first one to explore certain themes. I found VHS Halloween overall quite repetitive.
Yeah.
And this is the first entry. So perhaps if Fun Size had been first, exploring the idea of you're too old for Halloween, only take one, blah, 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 I might view that more highly.
Yeah, I
than
do
Kuchi
think
Kuchi Koo.
that is an issue with this Halloween being it, is that they all kind of follow the trick or treat path, or a few of them at least follow the trick or treat path.
Yeah.
And so it does feel like you're rehashing old ground. So the running order of them
It
does
really
affect
matters.
it.
Yeah, because it's such a narrow theme. Like with Beyond, you've got sci-fi, which is huge.
Yeah.
This is such a narrow theme that I think they tread the same ground. And I do think that potentially Kuchi Kuchi Koo benefits from being the first that you see.
Yeah.
Having said
would
that,
agree.
I think it's probably the first one because, in my opinion, it's one of the stronger entries.
Yeah.
But we'll move on. Up next, we've got Super Sick Infra, which is directed by Paco Plaza and is a foreign language entry, the only one in this particular film.
Yeah.
And this is another one that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well. This is the guy that did Rec.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. If you haven't seen Rec, go and watch Rec. Also, a Spanish movie.
Yes.
Because he is Spanish.
And you can see the influence of Rec within Super Sick Infra.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure on this, but the ballroom that they're using looks really similar to one of the sets in Rec. And I forgot to look it up before this video to find out if it was the same one. And I also can't remember which Rec film it is. It's the one with the wedding, which I think is 3. But I just wasn't sure on that. But anyway, that's not anything to do with this actual segment.
No.
I thought this was really good. It was short.
It was short. Yeah, I really like this one. I think probably I would say this was scarier than Coochie Coochie Coo.
That's fair. I think I found Coochie Coochie Coo scarier than this one. But I think Coochie Coochie Coo plays more on kind of feminine energy.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also, whilst I, for some reason, have it in my head that this is a witch horror, Coochie Coochie Coo. Apparently it's not. Looked it up. Apparently it's not a witch horror. But it's reminiscent of witch horror. I think it's because it reminds me of Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Being stuck in the same location, looping kind of through it. Either way, I find that kind of thing really scary.
Yeah.
Like no matter where you go, you can't get out. Whereas this, I thought was really well made, but I didn't think it was that scary.
This is done as like a police interview type thing where they take a guy back to the location of a potential crime and get him to reenact it so they can work out what's going on. And I really like how that kind of works into the horror thing where you can kind of get it all happen again. So you're watching it through flashbacks, but then the same thing's also happening. Yeah. Currently. So you get kind of like double the fun.
And I think it really works. My guy knows how to make this kind of thing. So where would you put this one? I think I'm tempted to put it in Spookin' just because it's better made, in my opinion, than Coochie Coochie Coo.
Yeah, I would probably also say Spookin', unless the goal was to have only one in there, because my favourite one has not popped up
No,
yet.
I don't think the goal is to have one. I think the goal is to just go with what we think about each one. And if there's none in the lower tiers, then that speaks on the quality of the film. Yeah. Although there is going to be one in the lower tiers. I think there's going to be 2 in the lower tiers.
I think we might get 1 in each.
And then one
but
that
we'll
has
see.
2.
We'll see where we go with it in the moment. Next up, we have Fun Size, which is made by Casper Kelly. When this opened up, having seen the Coochie Coochie Coo one, I genuinely thought that they had accidentally put the same one in the movie twice. Yeah. Like the script on this is almost identical to the opening script in Coochie Coochie Coo.
Yeah.
And then it does take a really wild
very
turn.
Different turn.
So tonally, after about 5 minutes, it shifts away from everything we've seen so far, which helps it. But that initial thing, you are kind of like, and it puts you into that mindset of like, okay, maybe there's not much they can do with Halloween.
Yeah, it's not totally the fault of the filmmakers because, like you said, there is only so much you can do with Halloween. And should one filmmaker have to compromise because another filmmaker has used a similar theme? They didn't need all the stuff with the fiancés and taking so long to take 2 pieces. It didn't even have to be. It could have been either take 1 only or you're too old. It didn't have to be both.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But having said that, once he gets into it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite segment from VHS Halloween. It is just so much fun. It's like a splatter slasher, but without any of the gore.
Yeah, it's all candy.
Because it's all just made into like silly fun, like candies and sweets and things spraying around. Yeah.
This one, I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I am not a huge horror comedy fan. I'm quite picky about horror comedy. And I thought it was good, but it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
I could have like skipped it.
Yeah. I think horror comedy doesn't really land with me as well. I think this is about the first time horror comedy has really got me, and it's because it falls into like that goofy wrestling mold.
Yeah, I can
where
see that.
everything's like
see that.
serious around it, and then there's just something that happens. You're just like, what?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And like as I say, I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. It's just not my favorite. I think if I was going to rank it here, I would put it in almost spooking rather than spooking. Because I think I feel the way about Fun Size, the way that you feel about Coochie Coochie Coo.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
That it was good, but not the best.
I'm happy to let Fun Size go in almost spooking. Then I think that's where I thought I kind of noticed it myself. There is with my going back to my horror comedy thing. I think I don't like jokes.
True.
In my horror movies,
and this wasn't really jokey. It was more surreal.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I didn't love this, because that's my kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Is this kind of surreal, like you said, the wrestling thing where everything is serious, but then also someone's head is exploding with candy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Something just didn't hit with me on this one. I think because potentially as well, it's so different from the others that it feels a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
Because none of the others have that kind of fun comedy, borderline comedy aspect. I think maybe if I had seen this just as a short, I might have enjoyed it more rather than in the context of VHS Halloween.
I do always wonder with these VHS movies, if I were to like flip the order and move things around, whether I could raise or lower
change your
the
expectations.
overall ratings of every single segment within it.
I think so. And I think particularly in this one, because they are going down a very narrow theme.
They are.
The order of this film is really important.
Yeah.
And I think Fun Size suffers from being the one in the middle.
I do as well.
Because this film opens so strongly, in my opinion. The first two, fantastic. Then we have Fun Size, and then we'll come on to the other two. But I think it's the middle. And by that point, you're kind of a bit like, the middle point for me is always the most forgettable point.
Yeah.
But I think they did well to make this not forgettable. And potentially that is why it's in the middle, because it is very memorable. You remember the one at the beginning and you remember the one at the end the best, you know? So I think maybe they put this one here because you can't forget that.
No, I think maybe this should have been last if they wanted Coochie Coochie Coo to be first.
I would agree with that. I think they are too similar to be this close.
And I think you can put that, hour and a half, hour and 45-ish runtime kind of in between the two of them.
Yeah.
And by the time the next Trick or Treat segment thing comes up, you've kind of forgotten about the first one a little bit.
Definitely. And I think it would go better with Diet Phantasma as well, being at the end. We'll come on to that as well. But Diet Phantasma is also a little goofy.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on. And maybe we'll talk about this once we've given our opinions on all of the individual segments. We'll talk about maybe how we would line them up.
The next segment is Kid Print by Alex Ross Perry. And this segment kind of reminded me more of older VHS, that kind of really nasty entry, which is what I also liked about the Spanish language segment as well, is they felt a bit more classic VHS. This one was just nasty. There's very little more I can say about that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I wouldn't want to watch it again.
Yeah, I didn't like this.
Fair.
I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if I just felt like it was a little slow, and I've maybe even like too realistic,
too grounded
in a way. Just for me personally, like I like my supernatural and all of this stuff. Fair. Like that's just where I think when things become that grounded and like land in realism, I don't know, I feel myself drifting a little bit. And that's probably bad because I should.
Well, no, because everyone has preferences, don't they? I like realistic. Not to say I don't like the supernatural and that kind of things, but like this is more up my alley than say the surrealism and the absurdity of Fun Size. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did enjoy this. I didn't find it that scary. I just found it really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would watch it again. I agree it was incredibly slow.
It
I
was
think
very
it
slow.
could have been much shorter. I wonder if they were told a different runtime for this film, because there are more segments. They all feel quite long.
Mm,
The beginning of all of them feels unnecessary,
yeah.
apart from the Spanish language one.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you get to the end sequence, it's kind of like kind of tuned out by here. And it's also, although the actual ending of who the killer is, I didn't guess.
Yeah.
It's easy to see exactly where this is going the whole time.
Yeah, this was, I think, my other issue with Kid Print is that I felt like what was supposed to carry the audience member to the end of it through the slow sections was this like mystery element.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it landed at all.
Yeah, I think either the mystery element was supposed to carry you, or I don't know if they were leading you down the path of being like, it's absolutely this guy, the guy who's filming. And it was supposed to take you by surprise that it was not him. And it did surprise me that it wasn't him, but it didn't redeem it for me to make it like top tier. I knew it was someone at Kid Print.
Yeah.
And I felt like because the film was leading me down the path that it was the main guy, it was like, it can't be, but who is it?
Yeah, it wasn't going to be Tim. I think his name was Tim.
Recall.
I think his name's Tim. There might not be good name recall. But yeah, I just felt like it was never going to be him.
No, it was never going to be him.
But then they didn't do enough to make me actually try and work out or question who it was going to be.
That's what I mean. They led you down that path, but they didn't add in any mystery because I think they thought you would just assume it was him.
Yeah.
Which I didn't.
No.
And we didn't spend enough time with the other people in the store for me to be like, oh, it might be him, it might be him, it might be him. So I don't know. Having said that, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it less than Coochie Coochie Coo and Fun Size, so I would put it in Barely Spookin'.
Yeah, I'm happy with Barely Spookin'.
I feel like you would probably put it lower.
I would, yeah, I don't know. It would be Barely Spookin' or Can't Say It's Spookin' for me.
I'm going to put it in Barely Spookin' because I think Can't Say It's Spookin' and Definitely Not Spookin'. There are things coming that are going to go in those categories, and I enjoyed it more than both of those.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think this was only just below, and if maybe there was less of a leading us one way and then taking a left turn, which we saw coming, although we didn't see the outcome, we saw the left turn coming, potentially it might have gone higher. I don't know.
I think because while we're doing this, I have my like numerical ratings in front of me, and I have this rated the same as another one.
Okay.
But now looking at it, I'm like, I definitely didn't enjoy them the same amount.
Yeah.
So I think Barely Spookin' is fair, and I need to change my numerical rating.
Fair.
Next up, we have Home Haunt by Micheline Pitt Norman and R.H. Norman. This was my least favorite.
This was my least favorite
of the bunch. I honestly can remember very little of it, but it did not interest me in while we were watching it at all.
Same. I think it was boring. It was long. By this point, I was ready for the film to be over.
Mm-hmm.
So when this segment started, I was like, oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
And then it just was quite boring, really.
It was quite boring. Yeah. None of the... I don't even know where the scares and things were supposed to be coming from. It was really odd. It was a really odd feel to this one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's... I mean, it might not be. But I wonder if it's because this isn't really a thing here.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't really do... I mean, I imagine in America, not everyone goes to this extent. But we don't really do haunted houses here.
No.
So I wonder if that's why it didn't hit, or if it just was kind of boring. I didn't find it that scary. I thought once they get into the home haunt, it was really chaotic and fast, and you couldn't really keep up with what was happening. There was way too much at the beginning. It's the same with all of the others. It was way too much at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get to the end and they're in the home haunt or the haunted house or whatever you want to call it, it was just it was like that.
Yeah.
And I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, they spend a long time in this one kind of building that relationship or lack thereof between the father and the son, and how the son feels about doing all of this and still, while he's growing up and stuff, having to do his parents' haunted house. And I feel like with short films in general, and especially like VHS segments where these are like real short, most of them, this one isn't well short, but where they are supposed to be, I feel like you just can't.
If it's not going to pay off, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter at all.
No.
It's the same thing I felt with the two fiancés in Fun Size.
Yeah.
It really didn't add anything or matter.
No.
So I think the same with this one. If you're not going to make it pay off, this one pays off even less than in Fun Size for me, because at least at the end of Fun Size, he's like, oh, maybe we should say we're going to get married now. And she's basically like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, you at least kind of come back to it.
They at least come back to it. I don't think it pays off, but they come back to it.
Yeah.
In this one, it just, it doesn't matter at all. And like, I just don't care.
Yeah, it felt like it had been added in for screen time. And they were like, oh, let's just have a complicated relationship.
And it's a shame, because this one could have been great if they'd have just spent longer in the haunted house. I would have watched a whole segment of someone going through a real haunted house.
Make it closer to like like the original Hell House movie.
I think as well, this was quite similar to Coochie Coochie Coo, in that Coochie Coochie Coo is kind of like them going through a haunted house, which is what they think they're doing at the beginning, don't they? They think they're going through a haunted house.
Yeah.
And this was that, but not as good.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Home Haunt in Definitely Not Spooking.
I agree that it goes in Definitely Not Spooking.
It was my least favourite. It's one of my least favourite segments in any VHS film.
Yeah, I would probably go with that.
Okay, Definitely Not Spooking. Let's move on then to the wraparound, which is Diet Phantasma, directed by Brian M. Ferguson. What did you think of it?
About as good or about as bad as any of the other wraparound segments. They are never my favourites.
Same.
I think that they're really tough for filmmakers to make work. And this one kind of takes an approach where he just kind of do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Just slightly escalate it each time.
Yeah.
Change it a little bit. So every single one, you're just a new person in your testing room. And they die or blow up in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty old pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not my favourite. I liked when the wraparounds were less cut up segments and more related to they were an actual framing narrative.
Yeah.
Like in the first or second one where they're trying to like steal tapes, or they're making people watch tapes or whatever, where it actually frames the anthology. It's not just another segment that's been chopped up and put in between. There's nothing that connects this wraparound to any of the segments. And I don't like that as much. I thought the same thing. As much as I loved Beyond, I thought the same about Beyond. Yeah,
and you are right. Like the wraparounds were and are, if they do it again, so much better when they do have impact on the overall thing, and they kind of help everything mold together.
But I guess there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, there are, but why couldn't
think
you
of
just
ways to do it?
Just done something you've already done again. It's still a different filmmaker.
Yeah,
it's just another person's approach to.
Absolutely. So where would we put this? I think I actually enjoyed this more than Home Haunt.
I enjoyed this more than Home Haunt for sure. I am now thinking though, if this were one segment, so you take everything out of the middle of it and put it all together.
The thing is, though, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I guess they know what they're making.
You have to judge it as the wraparound. Although I've said it's a segment that's cut up, it has been filmed as the wraparound, and that's why I think it gets away with being repetitive, because that is the nature of a wraparound, is that you can do that.
Yeah.
Basically. I would put it in Can't Say It's Spooking, because
I think it fills a gap, yeah.
It's better than Home Haunt, but it's not as good as any of the other segments. It's not bad. It's not as good as the one in Beyond, although I said I don't love when they do that. The one in Beyond was at least a great segment.
Yeah.
This was like that in that it's a test environment, scientific environment, which is not as good.
Yeah, no, it just it just didn't land for me.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it more than Home Haunt. But that's not hard. That's a very low bar.
It is a very low bar. It's a very,
But
very
that's
low
why we
bar.
have different tiers.
Yes.
Because I didn't enjoy it as much as Kid Print, but I enjoyed it way more than Home Haunt.
So yeah, we'll go back to what we were talking about before if we were to reorder these and whether we
Mhm.
think we could improve the overall enjoyment of the individual segments by
Yes.
moving them around and putting them differently. Say we want to start with Coochie Coochie Coo because that's what they've gone with. So we'll leave that one.
Okay.
I would try and just separate the ones that are a bit too similar. So I think I would do, obviously Diet Phantasm is removed because it's everywhere. I would do Coochie Coochie Coo. And then I think I would put Kid Print in.
Okay.
And then I would go with Supra Sick Infra in third place.
Mhm.
And then I think I would put Home Haunt in because it's far enough away from Coochie Coochie Coo that you've got away from walking around houses a little bit. And then you put Kid Print in at the end, and it's like a builds you back up again. It's been quite a long time. Everyone's kind of a bit worn out from the movie, and then you just kind of sprinkle candy on
Come
everyone
in with a
and just have a bit of fun at the end
yeah
and wake everyone back up
with
and
fun size.
And it lets people leave being like,
Yeah.
that was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think people would, if you have a good one at the end. I think this one really struggles with the fact that the worst ones
Is the last one.
are at the end of this movie. And
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
get about halfway to maybe like 3/4 of the way through this
Yeah.
film, and everything from that point is just not good.
That's fair. I think I would take Home Haunt out. I would restructure this to
It's gone
be
completely all
a
right.
shorter film.
Yeah.
I think this film struggles from being like 2 hours long. There are 5 segments and the wraparound is quite long as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Home Haunt's gone for me.
Okay.
I think if I was going to order them, I would probably put the Spanish language film first. However, I understand from a filmmaking perspective for English language speakers, you probably don't want to open with a foreign language segment. So I think that I would open with Coochie Coochie Coo still.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is it has the most impact as an opener.
Yeah.
I actually would put the Spanish language film first because I think that has the most impact. But for English speaking audiences, no, you know what? I'm going to put it in the order I think I would do it.
Yeah, do it.
That I want them. I would put the Spanish language one first. Then I would put Coochie Coochie Coo. Then I would put Kid Print, and then I would put Fun Size. Scrap that. Spanish language, Fun Size, Kid Print, Coochie Coochie Coo. Then you've got your 2 strongest,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
my 2 favourites, bracketing the film,
Bookending, yeah.
bookending the film. And then you've got the other ones in the middle. And that's, again, not to say I didn't like them, but they're not as strong in my opinion. You want a really strong opener, a really strong closer. And also, if I was going to redo the whole thing, I would probably have a different wraparound. But that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah. No, we're not doing
No, we're not changing that up. So Diet Phantasma stays as it is, but with one of the segments removed because we've removed a
Mhm.
film, which I think also improves Diet Phantasma because it's so repetitive.
Yeah, you can take one of the bits out.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you one less bit, one less repetition.
You're not just going back to the
people
same
maybe
thing
notice
again.
a bit less, and then you can. The escalation becomes a little bit quicker then as well.
Yeah, so the way I would do Diet Phantasma is you have the first one is where they're introducing all the subjects. There's nothing to do with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Then you have the segment where one of them tries the drink. You could even do 2 people in the same segment trying the drink with varying different results.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is the one where everything goes crazy. And then you take the advert out of the credits, and that is the final Diet Phantasma segment.
Yeah.
So it just condenses it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Yeah,
That
and
works.
makes it a bit more concise.
Yep.
Rather than like, oh, here's all the people. Here's someone drinking the drink. Here's someone drinking the drink. Here's multiple people drinking the drink. Here's someone else drinking the drink. Like, I think it was too long, and that's what I would do with it.
As it is, are you recommending VHS Halloween?
It's a tricky one because yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm recommending the first half.
That's what I would say. I would say if you want to sit down and you've got, what, an hour and a bit maybe,
Yeah.
I would sit down and I would watch this through. I don't remember what order
The
we're in
first
now
three.
because we've I
Coochie
would-
Coochie Coo, the Spanish language film, and Fun Size.
yeah, I would say watch Kid Print as well.
Yeah,
I think it's worth watching once.
true. That is true. I did enjoy it, but I personally wouldn't sit through it again.
Yeah, if you've got a bit more time when Kid Print finishes, not Kid Print, if you've got a bit more time when Fun Size finishes, stick around for Kid Print. Otherwise, I think you could turn it off after
Yeah.
Fun Size and not have missed anything too important.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Kid Print to my friends who have children.
No.
I think it's just a bit too uncomfortable.
Yeah, there is a lot of tough topics.
Yeah, it's
Covered.
really, really uncomfortable. But I would recommend it. I think watch it through once. If I was going to watch it again, I would only watch those first 3 segments, and
Yeah.
I'd probably skip through Diet Phantasma. in
I would
between
as
them.
well, yeah. I would be doing little 30-second skips.
But I think in all of them, there are ones that I would skip.
There are. I think that's the good thing about these VHS movies is that whilst there are always ones to skip, the ones to skip are different for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So someone else who really likes true crime has probably put Kid Print.
Yeah, they
Number
probably love
one.
it. Yeah.
And potentially, as I was saying when we were talking about Home Haunt, maybe people who are more familiar with that concept
Mm-hmm.
have put it at number 1.
Yeah. Those are our thoughts on VHS Halloween and its individual segments. Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Anything you agree with, anything you disagree with. What were your favourite ones? What order would you put them in to improve maybe how this flows?
Yeah.
Because I think the flow of it was probably one of my biggest issues.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Like the video, please, pretty please. We would love that. So again, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more. We do tier lists like this. And some other fun stuff as well. We do some little quizzes sometimes. Hit that notification bell to be notified when our next video goes live. And until next time, what do we want to do this time? Let's say bye in a normal fashion. Goodbye.
Bye.